All right, we should be live. Somebody already is saying, yo, what is going on? We are going to test the audio. Make sure the audio is coming in okay. Let me know down in the comment section also how is the visual for you. We got a special treat today. We have Patient Money, founder of Classic Rewards, but we're going to be getting into that a little bit later in the stream. But first and foremost, we got to give Ethereum Classic its due because it is going crazy right now. So if the audio is coming in good, let me know down in the comment section. And we are going to be bringing on Patient Money. Patient Money, man, thanks for coming onto the stream. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Dude, I am doing awesome. Thanks for coming on.
That's good. That's good. It's good to be finally on your channel here today, and I'm happy we are here when ETC is green as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely nice to see some grain in the markets,
Yeah.
man, because we've kind of had some rough, treacherous
Well, you
waters
know
we've been
what?
going through.
We have to remember the good times, man. We've had some good times. Remember last year when you made your video about ETC when it was around $5?
I
Uh, you
do.
know, I made my video around $8, and we rode that to $180. So we
We
have
did.
to remember the good times.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well said. Well said. We definitely got to remember the good times. And what is up? What is up? Welcome to the stream. And so one thing we got to say as well, man, for the people that was early, not everyone was as early, like, certain people like me and yourself who bought in around $5, $8. For those people that may have bought in around that time, we're still in profits. You know what I mean? Even with everything going on in the market and in the world today. So I think it's dope, man, to be able to say that 2 to almost 3 years later, we're still holding ETC and it's still doing this thing and making improvements.
Well, yes, and the approach to ETC shouldn't be a quick trade. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my point of view, right? Because I see ETC slowly gaining the recognition that it actually deserves. There are people like I was talking to a very popular YouTuber. I'm not going to name him here. Over 150,000 subscribers yesterday, and he was shocked that ETC could handle smart contracts. I'm like, that's that's general knowledge, right? But this is somebody who's been teaching people about crypto for several months, if not years, and he doesn't even know this. So it just shows you how early we are, in that it's just a matter of time when um, certain things happen and etc has the hash power it needs to prevent the 51% attacks, and which already since August 2020 there hasn't been any attack because we have mess that's in place that's also working to prevent 51% attacks. Developers are working really hard. There are updates happening. You can listen, anyone who's interested in the progress of etc, you can listen to the developer chats, the community calls, ask questions, and you will know people who are actually working hard on etc.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And man, one thing as well, man, that I think a lot of people, besides the tech, I mean, we have some big money behind ETC, man. And that was one of the biggest things that I talked about from the beginning was the big grayscale well. And it was like, if they saw value in ETC way before the developments that we saw now, such as moving to the different hash and all of that. Imagine what happens, you know what I'm saying, in the next year, the next 5 years.
Exactly. I mean, Grayscale is not a newbie or a new person who doesn't know anything, and they know what they're doing. And the fact that ETC, I don't know if it's still, but as of last year when I was doing my research, it was their second biggest holding. That was just mind blowing. And the support is there. It's just a matter of time, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Passion Money, man, talk to me about what was it that got you into ETC? Because I mean, you've been in ETC for a while, like myself, and so what was it that was like, man, I think this is a gem in the making.
Well, the truth is, I like to research projects that have potential that haven't taken off yet, but could take off. And during my research, a lot of stuff on Donald Marketer's website, which is Etherplan. Okay, I went down that rabbit hole, and Donald, whether you like him or not, he's one of the most knowledgeable people in ETC, and he puts out the facts. Okay, and he puts the facts out as they are, and I was going through that rabbit hole, and I discovered a lot of things along the way, and I'm like, this is a great underdog story that could blow up someday. So that's when I went in hard. Yeah. And again, ETC has played a very large role in my life so far. ETC, Doge, the pump. You remember last year the bull run. When you are investing, even though I have a bag that I call the moon bag that I would probably never sell. You have a trading bag that you sell when the bull goes, and then when it pulls back, you retrace and buy again. But if you need to do things like buy a house, do something for yourself, that's the reason why you're investing. You gotta make sure you take profits when you need stuff like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And honestly, man, definitely got to pay homage to Donald McIntyre, man. I had him on the channel months ago, super knowledgeable. And he's one of the places of research I personally went to when looking at deeper knowledge of ETC, why it has value, why is it still here? Why is it going to, explode potentially as ETH moves over to 2.0? And so it was definitely a great conversation to talk to him and definitely learned a lot from him for sure.
Right, right. A lot of people don't know that, every single app that's on Ethereum right now, okay, can be ported to run on Ethereum Classic, and it would run the same. Okay. I
Backwards
was
compatible.
Yeah, exactly. And now I
Yeah.
was telling someone I minted an NFT on Ethereum Classic, and I paid less than 2 cents in transaction fees, and they didn't believe me because they're over there paying $100, $150 in Ethereum Classic transaction fees, not even the cost of the NFTs, right? But then, of course, when ETC begins to grow, it will eventually have those problems. But that's 100x from here, so we can worry about that when we get there. We may have a matrix like Polygon comes to improve the scalability, something like that will come on ETC. So those are future problems. That shouldn't stop you from missing out on the 100x. So it's yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said at the beginning, man, this is not a quick, quick flip play. As I said from the beginning, ETC is a long-term hold. You know what I mean? And you know how Donald McIntyre kind of set the trend for 1,000 ETC. You know what I mean? And so that's not nothing I don't think we're gonna see in 2, 3 years. I think we're around that 5 year plus mark, just in my opinion. I could be completely wrong, and if it is, that's great for every single person holding ETC. But I think we're probably closer to maybe that 5 year mark. What do you think? And not giving any type of price prediction, but just
Okay.
having some fun here.
Yeah, right, right, right. So for me, I think it depends on a few factors, right? If you have listened to the developer calls, one topic that always starts the fights in ETC, which is good because it shows people have a lot of passion, is SHA-3. Whenever we're talking about SHA-3, those of you who don't know about SHA-3, is SHA-3. Okay, let's start this way. Bitcoin currently, the mining algorithm for Bitcoin is SHA-2. SHA-3 is the newer, better mining algorithm that will totally take ETC to the next level, but it comes at a cost. It will, once SHA-3 is 100% implemented, that's going to get rid of GPU mining, right? But the thing is that it doesn't have to be 100% implemented. The developers can vote to make it slowly injected in the system, so that we have a percentage that's SHA-3 and percentage that you can still mine on GPU. And I think the sooner they come to a consensus on how they want to roll out the SHA-3, personally, I don't think that they need to just go 100% SHA-3. It will shock the system a little too much because we have a lot of people who are mining ETC for different reasons. One reason is maybe they have a 4 GB card that cannot mine ETC, that cannot mine Ethereum. So they don't even have a choice. So they are mining ETC. And you have people like me. I switched my mining rig from Ethereum to Ethereum Classic. People thought I was crazy, but I was just showing the mining profits from when I started. When I switched just this past December, the mining, the difference in the mining profits was huge. Even if you double that of ETC, you wouldn't be close to Ethereum. But today, ETC has caught up. It's almost 75% caught up to Ethereum. And as soon as it catches up, guess what? The big mining garages and stuff are going to start switching over. They will even switch over before it catches up because transactions on ETC are so much cheaper that it will still be profitable to mine ETC, even if ETC profitability is about 80% below that of Ethereum. Okay, Back to what I was talking about. I forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good, man.
I
It's so
went
many layers to
yes,
pull back.
right, about the price. So here's my thing: when the developers come to a consensus, and maybe we have 40% SHA-3 and the rest GPU. Of course, I'm not an ETC developer. I don't know how much this will affect the security of the project, but I know that it will definitely increase our chances of large scale adoption. Okay, those institutional adopters want to be sure that there's going to be security, that there's not going to be an attack, there's not going to be this. Once those things are in place, $1,000 is a possibility. But nothing on ETC is fast, because guess what? Nobody owns it. There's no leader. It's leaderless, it's permissionless, it's decentralized. So it's a consensus. The document you have to follow, anybody can put up a consensus, and then just like they are holding the hearing right now, there will be several hearings until the consensus gets passed. That is what differentiates ETC from everything else. Charles Hoskinson cannot come and say, I own it. 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢𝗏 cannot come and say, I own it. They may have a lot of coins, they may support it. I mean, 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢𝗏 has put a lot of his money into it, developing. Charles has done the same. But at the end of the day, ETC is still not owned by anybody. Anybody can be kicked off the board, and all that. So that's what makes ETC stand out. It's just a matter of time before it gets fully recognized. And 1,000 could happen, once these things go in place. And also, Ethereum goes to ETH 2.0. All right.
I agree. And I think, in my opinion, I still think ETC has such a strong community, but I still think so many people don't know about ETC. And I think once the scale starts to happen, I believe, because we've already seen where ETC has went with that huge run up to $180 per coin. However, I believe as the scale starts to come in, bigger public investors, management firms start to say, hey, we're investing in ETC instead of just Grayscale. I think that will push the price as well. And I think with that being said, for people who's in ETC now, like people that's in the community at lower prices, we're going to be thankful for being in, because I believe when that scale comes, it's going to outprice a lot of the average people, or who may not have a ton of money to invest all at one time.
Very well said. Very well said.
So yeah, man, enough about ETC really, but let's talk about classic rewards. And you want to know why I'm excited about it? Because I'm real big on passive income, long-term holder in ETC, and the fact that you are launching a gamified project that has, a few things to the ecosystem. And correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, you have NFTs, you have play to earn gaming, and you also have the ability to, you have your own in-game currency that's going to come out. And for holding that, people will be able to earn ETC. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So for our token, which will launch after the NFTs have minted, all the holders will get 5% rewards in every buy or sell transaction. So even if there's a mass sell-off and you're not selling off, you're going to be seeing the rewards. There's a mass buying, you're going to be seeing the rewards as long as you're holding. And the token is going to play a big role in the game itself. We're going to have big tournaments that may require, the token. We're going to have NFTs on Binance and Ethereum Classic. You can mint on either Binance or Ethereum Classic, but when you come into the game and you log in and you connect your wallet, this is going to be a cross-chain platform. So you can play with somebody who is on Binance seamlessly. And we're the very first project to do that. So if you haven't checked us out, we will start minting on Binance on April 2nd. That's about 2 weeks from now. And then in about 2 weeks after that, we're going to start minting on Ethereum Classic. I don't want both of them to start at the same time. Just so that we can control everything much better, and so our developers are not going crazy over everything. Yes.
Cool. And so what was the ambition behind Classic Rewards? Because I mean, we have a lot of different cool NFT projects that's been launched on ETC, but no gamified project really that's like this one. So what was it that was like, I think this is the one that I believe can make that boom on the ETC ecosystem.
I mean, to be honest, I must say I was really inspired by the early NFTs that came on Ethereum Classic. And as much as I was over here preaching that, hey, we are smart contract capable, we are whatnot, we're whatnot, it had to take somebody to risk being the first person to make NFTs on ETC to see whether it's going to be patronized or not, right? So some of the early projects that came, CryptoPunks, ETC 𝗖𝗢𝗬𝗣𝗧𝗖𝗢𝗠, Classic Savages, his was one of the first original projects on there, and they have really come to show everybody else the way, right? ETC basically took it to another level. They added a lot of utility. Now they have their comic book coming up, and it just gets interesting because what happens is that with time, all new projects will try to not outperform, but it's like you don't want to come and just be basic anymore. It's not going to fly anymore. And what's going to happen is with time, more complex projects are going to come onto Ethereum Classic. We almost had a decentralized exchange. That didn't quite happen, but we still have 𝗬𝗓𝗑𝗑, which is doing amazing things for ETC. I don't know if you got one, but I got my own ETC, patientmoney.etc, classic rewards.etc. They have their ENS naming stuff. And it's just so many things that are happening, but it all started with the early NFTs that came. So they gave us all the, how do I put it? They were pretty much the pace setters. So I have to give them credit for starting that. So when I started, I actually was not thinking about NFTs. I just wanted a token that would reward people in ETC. And the reason for rewarding in ETC was that Binance has pegged ETC on its platform. So if you go to Binance Smart Chain, if you go to Coin Market Cap and you click on Ethereum Classic, you see a Binance contract there. When you click on it, there are 1 million ETC coins that are in there right now. Right now, that's about $47 million. And Binance has put it there for people to use. Okay. And nobody's really using it. So we are pretty much going to be the first project that will reward people who hold our token in ETC just by. So we are the first ones to reward people in ETC just by holding our token. And this is going to put pressure on the volume on ETC. And Binance may decide to buy more. They are already buying more. As of last week when I checked, they had increased their holdings to about 1.6 million, but only 1 million is pegged on Binance Smart Chain. They have about 600,000 ETC just sitting there. I don't know what they are using it for, but they keep buying it. And there's a reason why Binance keeps buying it. They like to buy things out. So we have to be alert.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think that's really interesting, man. I'm excited to see how this project does, man, because you got more than one aspect. You have an entire ecosystem. And so what's one big thing that you would like to get the community to know that what you're trying to accomplish with Classic Rewards?
So Classic Rewards, apart from the initial, spread the ETC news out, I'm trying to accomplish cross-chain compatibility. So the system that we have in place, we can easily incorporate NFTs from currently from any blockchain that has a network on MetaMask. Okay, so if you can connect your network on MetaMask to a certain blockchain, Harmony, Avalanche, whatnot, currently without any further research, we can incorporate an NFT from that platform seamlessly into our game. And I would go into the details, but somebody with deeper pockets is going to build it next week before I release mine in 2 weeks. But yes, it's something that it's not that complicated, but a lot of people just think cross-chain compatibility is much more complex than it is, but it's really not that. So we are going to do that. At the same time, we're going to spread a lot of positivity. The 5% of our mint proceeds is going to go to charity, and we're going to focus on charities that get people off the streets and actually help them transition into living on their own, and I mean, not just feeding them for the day. Otherwise, they keep coming back. We focus on charities that actually help people who are homeless transition into normal life. Also, on Binance, our first 1,000 addresses to hold um, Classic Rewards NFTs will be airdropped Classic Rewards token proportionally to the number of NFTs they have. So, for example, if somebody has one and they get 1 million, somebody who has two NFTs will get 2 million Classic Rewards tokens. And these tokens are going to be very critical when the game actually gets launched. So, and just like I'm going to talk about ApeCoin real quick. You see how ApeCoin went about and they dropped the tokens to the NFT holders is going to be something very similar. So the NFT holders are going to get our token airdrop to them when we launched. But for Binance, it's only going to be the first 1,000 addresses because we want it to be something substantial and not just something tiny for everyone that's holding. And then we have a special package for ETC that we haven't fully decided on yet, but it's very likely a percentage, pretty nice percentage of mint profits will be distributed to the first 500 or first 1,000 people that mint on ETC.
Nice, nice, nice. So, not to put everything just right on the spot, because I know there's not probably a full ETA exact date for everything. But right now, of course, we are getting ready to start minting in April. And so, is the phase one, phase two roadmap, is that, I wouldn't say set in steel, but is that kind of pretty much how the team is going to implement everything for Classic Rewards?
So actually we have made some changes to this roadmap currently, but we just haven't pushed it because I'm trying to make sure I get the mint links and everything out before I push it, so people don't start attempting anything before the
Yeah.
the mint date. So there are just a few changes. So initially we had planned to mint BNB, get the game playable on BNB before we mint NFT, before we mint on ETC, right? But interestingly, our ETC team is pretty much almost ahead of the BNB right now, and so we realized, okay, ETC is going to be ready very soon as well, and it just makes sense to get the minting going on both sides, and then the game launches with cross-chain play right away instead of we launch with the one chain and then people start coming in and start learning how the cross-chain system works. So now in the phase here, once the minting starts in 2 weeks, we're going to have minting again in another 2 weeks for ETC before the marketplace listing. And then we're going to have an open marketplace where people can sell their NFTs as well. Now, let me explain the marketplace listing real quick. So for Binance, the first 60% of all the NFTs, so the first 6,000 will be up for mint, and anybody can mint and get any NFT. NFTs, we have 5 main characters, and each character there are 5 stars. So there's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, all the way up to 5 stars. And of course, the 5 star is more powerful than the 1 star. For the 5 star, for each character, there are only 200 in existence. For the 1 star, there are 600 in existence. So the 5 star is rare. But during the mint, it costs a flat rate of 0.25 BNB to mint it, which is currently, I think, right, it's exactly $100 right now to mint a random NFT. So when you go and mint for 0.25 BNB, you're going to get a random 1 to 5 stars, right? That's for the first 6,000. And we're not going to do any developer mint before anybody. So it's going to be completely open to the market. Anybody can go and mint. Now, the rest of the 10,000, which is going to be 4,000, okay, we are going to save the rest for tournament winners. So some of our tournaments are going to pay out cash. Depending on how the minting goes, we may have tournaments that are out there paying 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K in tournament winnings. And for us, to me, that's the best form of marketing ever. I want somebody to tweet that. Look, I just won 30K with these NFTs that I used to play this game, and that's going to bring value to the people who are already holding the NFTs because they also want to play that game. And guess what? If they don't have the NFTs, they're gonna try to buy the NFTs, and then you determine the price at which you want to sell your NFT. So some of our tournaments will be money, some would be NFTs. So for some tournaments, we'll have some pretty high star cards up there for grabs. And also, some of the remaining 4,000 will be used for community building. We'll do a lot of giveaways to keep the community going. And finally, some will be listed. I plan to list on Refinable for marketing purposes. Because no matter how great a product you have, if you don't market it enough and anybody knows about it, you're not going to bring value to your holders. So right now, that's one thing we're lacking right now is marketing. We spend so much on the art, on everything, and it's like, okay, it's time to market, and like, oh, we don't have any money, right? So we have plans to really, get our marketing up once the game gets going.
Yeah, man, that is cool, man. That is cool. And it's nice to see you got a solid team behind the project as well, man, because I mean, with so many moving pieces as well to the team, you definitely need more than just a couple hands on deck, right?
Exactly. Very well said. Actually, a lot of the team is even not here. I would say this is kind of like the core team for example, we have Chris here. I've known Chris for 14 years. We were both programmers back in Pennsylvania. Now I'm in Texas. We have Alex. We have Maddie managing the community. Alex is working on the game design story. He has a whole long story out for different levels of the game. He's thinking so far ahead, and we have the dev squad, which is very interesting. So the dev squad is made of different groups. We have a group that working on the Binance part of things. We have the ETC part of things, and then we have the most important of all, the game itself. So the game is going to be the magnet that pulls everything together. So our team is spread all over the place. There's a large portion is in the UK. We have two in Pakistan, one in Austria. So it's a pretty big project. But one thing I'm good at is surrounding myself with people who are smarter than myself, right? So
I hear you. I hear you
I can
100%.
yes, I can delegate and surround myself with people who can do things better than I can, and then the things will get done.
Man, absolutely. Well said, man. Well said. And so, yeah, man, for people that may just be coming into the live stream, thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button, share out the stream. We are talking Ethereum Classic with Patient Money, CEO of Classic Rewards. And I believe you guys meant, is it April 2nd? Is that the date, Patient Money?
Yes, sir. April 2nd. April 2nd. That's when we are minting for BNB. Make sure you follow the Twitter, join the Telegram to stay up to date with when we're going to mint for ETC. It may be sooner than 2 weeks after we start BNB, but just follow the socials and you're not going to miss out on anything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, go ahead and plug your socials real quick, man, so they know where to find you and also where they know to find Classic Rewards.
All right. Let me pull this right here. So this is the Classic Rewards. All right, so this is the Classic Rewards Twitter, guys. It's just at Classic Rewards.
Yeah.
I call the Classic Rewards NFT token, and then this is. I'm gonna go on here, and then this is my personal Twitter. It has pretty much the same background. So once you see both, then you're good to go. Also, take your time, take a look at the website, take a look at the white paper. Okay, we definitely do have a few updates to add. For example, the first 1,000 addresses to be airdropped tokens is not yet in the white paper, but it's already on all our socials and everything. And then also the 5% that is going to charity is also not there. But apart from those few updates, everything else is still the same. So happy reading. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let me talk about the tokenomics real quick before we go.
Thank you. I was gonna ask, hey, let's touch on those tokenomics, man. And I like that you chose the 210, added a few zeros, but 210 for the supply of ETC, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going with the Bitcoin and ETC, and then we're going with that vibe.
I
So
dig it.
yes. So I know a lot of people keep asking why 210 billion coins is a lot, but here's the thing: it's going to be a play to earn game. We're going to have different ways for people to earn. As the even at the very beginning, 25% of the coins will be locked. There will be a verified link to the where the coins are locked, and this will be saved for play to earn, right? So there'll be many ways to earn these tokens. It could even just be holding the our NFTs for a period of time, or signing in 3 days in a row or 4 days in a row. And some of these earnings might not be big earnings. So if we have a small supply, like 1 million or 10 million, stuff like that, what happens is that people get these rewards in fractions, like they get 0.0008, and then the wallets don't even display that. And all that can become a problem. That's why when we have 210 billion, okay, it's not quintillion or anything. The numbers actually get displayed exactly, and it's easy to track your rewards and what you got, and stuff like that. And I don't know if I'm allowed to plug my seed sale real quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All
So I
right.
got a question from Anonymous ETC. Thank you for the super chat, man. Definitely appreciate it. Or woman. I don't want to say guy because I'm not exactly sure if it's a woman or a gentleman. So thank you for the super chat. But they say, much respect, guys. Is it possible to incorporate classic rewards with other games in the future? Collaboration. I think that's a pretty good question as well. I know that's probably long down the road if that happens, of course, because the game hasn't launched yet. But I think it's a valid question.
It is very, very possible, very, very possible. But one thing I want to say here is that I may have even shared a little bit more with you, Mike, behind the scenes, but I just try hard not to overpromise. Everything that I'm promising, I want to make 100% sure that I can deliver that. So we have big plans, but for me, unless I see a test version of something, I'm not gonna promise it. I don't want to overpromise and under deliver. So we are working on really big plans, and it includes. I mean, I did a tweet about something a while back, but I don't think people were paying attention then. But while you are playing Classic Rewards, just pick your favorite character. There may be a lot you could do with that favorite character. So just bear in mind, if you like the archer, the monk, pick your favorite character.
Yeah, man, that's cool. That's cool. And Rambling Roy, hey, much love to you too, man. Thanks for the super chat. So let's open it up. If you got a few minutes left, does the community have any questions regarding classic rewards? Anything about how things are going to work? Because from based off of what Patient Money has told us, everything is subject around the game. That is the glue. That is the foundation of the ecosystem. And the game is going to have the token involved as well as the NFTs, correct?
Yes, sir. So we are going to make sure we involve all the blockchains, all the token, the currency. So some games, there may be some tournaments that will require you to go in with ETC. That's going to put some activity on ETC. Some tournaments will require you to go in with BNB to make it fair. And then some tournaments may require you to go in with Classic Rewards tokens. And if you were among the first 1,000, the usually the game fees are not going to be what we're going to be using to pay people. It's just something to fuel the whole system and keep everything going. So game entry fees might be $2 or $5, something low, just to keep activity on all the blockchains involved. Also, real quick here. So when we started this seed sale, okay, 7 ETC was the same as 0.5 BNB. In fact, it was the difference was like $1 or so. Uh, but today, of course, 7 ETC is a lot more than 0.5 BNB. So if you want to join the seed sale, it's a public seed sale. That I don't want anybody to say ever that we had a private seed sale in the backyard. No, I posted it on Twitter. I don't have any sibling that has bought into it. Everyone that has bought in the seed sale right now was just random people from Twitter. And there were 80 spots. Now we have 39 spots remaining. So if anybody wants to get into this seed sale, send me a message here, patient money. Send me a message, and then we'll work it out. You can choose to get in with either BNB or ETC, but like I said, the ETC value has gone up by much. But if that's what you have and you still want to get in, it still has to be 7, because some people already got in with 7, and so we can't reduce it. But it's a choice, and then you will get 131,250,000 classic rewards tokens. This is exactly 5% of the supply divided by 80. So everything has been already set. So we have 39 more seed sale spots left, and I'm trying to fill that.
Cool, man. So we got a question here. Someone says, can you tell us what inspired the game? And you kind of touched on this a little bit. So kind of tell us what inspired Classic Rewards and what inspired the battle type game with the cards.
Okay. So when I was going to start Classic Rewards, one person I spoke to, which you all know, is 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗢𝗍, right? And I was telling him about the tokenomics and stuff. Of course, he's not a big fan of proof of stake. So, and then you all know he says everything very blunt, and he's like, "Your coin has no utility." You understand? He said he wants a utility. So at that point, I was already thinking about an NFT project, which is going to be like an art project. But that was when it occurred to me that, this game that, so I'm a big Age of Empires player, guys. So I play Age of Empires online. I was almost competitive at a point. So that's where the character designs came from. And if you play Age of Empires, you have a little bit of an advantage, just because, for example, that an archer is when you pair an archer with a monk, the archer has range. So by the time the monk gets close to the archer to convert the archer on their side, they're going to be dead. The arrow is going to be in their heart already. So little things like that, even though I'll write all the rules down, if you play any such games, you might have a little bit of an advantage, but that's where the character designs came from. But again, when I spoke to Donald, then he was talking about utility, and I was trying to incorporate utility and include ETC as well. And the only reason why the token was not launched on ETC is the fact that ETC doesn't currently have a launchpad that can support us. We need a lot of scaffolding. We need a decentralized exchange that we can, buy and sell on. We need a lot of support that is not already there. But you go on Binance, there are so many play-to-earn games. There are so many launchpads to choose from. So many things have already been set in place, and we don't have to be the very first ones. Our pockets are not that deep to, start a decentralized exchange to, sell our token. We need a decentralized exchange that's liquid enough for our token to go back and forth. I think I'm talking a lot. I over answered your question.
No, dude, you're good, man. You're good, because that's another question that we kind of didn't touch on as well, was why did you guys choose to launch it on Binance Smart Chain instead of ETC? And you explained it because of ETC doesn't have the launch pad that you guys need to truly, launch that token.
I actually tweeted this out that, ETC, we need a launch pad to compete with this. And what happened was some of the IoT team from Charles, some of the guys tweeted back saying, "Oh, now you guys want fancy things." So those of you who know the whole story between Charles Hoskinson and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Also, one last thing here: a lot of the people on Binance, from the Binance end, they are also asking, why ETC? Why not give rewards in ETH or Bitcoin or something like that, right? And so this is my response to them: that the founding members of Ethereum Classic, the founding members of Classic Rewards, okay, we are firm believers in Ethereum Classic, and we believe that it's severely undervalued. In short, Ethereum Classic is Bitcoin with smart contracts. We believe Ethereum Classic will be one of the top level 1 programmable proof of work blockchain projects. This can happen sooner than you guys think. If ETH 2.0 happens, this this August, ATC is just going to rise. And we also believe in the fixed monetary policy of ETC. Okay, it's forever going to remain 210 million. And uh, finally, the Stanford skirmish game will be bridged to Ethereum Classic as well, soon after launching on Binance Smart Chain. So at this point, it's the same NFTs will be on ETC, but they will be compatible on the game.
And so I got a question as well. Is there any way that the classic rewards token can be completely migrated at some point over to just the ETC blockchain, or
Okay,
no?
I have seen a lot of projects that were just on Ethereum, right? And then all of a sudden they bridge to Binance because of transaction fees, because they want to reach a larger audience. And what happens is that most of these projects, they have another instance of the project. They pull some liquidity from here and go and start over here. Sometimes they don't pull liquidity, but they use their own money as like profits from the project to start another project over here, listing a number of coins that will be close to price to the one on the other chain. There's always a little bit of a disparity, but it's not that much of a difference. So it's a possibility. As ETC begins to grow, it is definitely a possibility to have a native coin on ETC. And that's definitely something we will be, if anything, we'll be the first to look into that.
Absolutely, absolutely. That'd be dope, man. That'd be dope. So once again, if you are tuning into the stream, we are getting close to tuning off. If you have any questions that you want to ask about Ethereum Classic, um, or you want to ask about Classic rewards, please ask your question down in the comment section, and we will do our best to answer your question. Of course, not financial advice. And so let's look at ETC real quick and see how ETC is doing
Oh
while we
yeah,
waiting.
let's see.
Let's check it out. So still around $47.44, up over 22% on the day, man. Just crazy, man. Crazy, right?
My
So man,
goodness, it's always good to see ETC in the green, man.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And if we move down this chart, man, look at this on the 14-day, up almost 80%, on the week 85%, man. That is crazy.
Wow. It's funny how the volume that is picking up on ETC is just very much reminds me of last year. It's almost like deja vu. Um, I posted something on Twitter yesterday because I stopped YouTube for a little bit. What happened was, you know how it is, you lose all your audience. So I wasn't getting anybody watching my videos, and then I posted an ETC video, and then I saw people coming in. I'm like, what's happening? So I went to look at the analytics, and it showed how much the search volume on ETC was. Like everybody was searching ETC on YouTube. Like, why is it going up? What is Ethereum Classic? What was the difference between Ethereum Classic? And I'm like, okay, this is how it started last year. And once those searches started, they learned more, and they realized how capable ETC is, and how it's just been undervalued because of the past attacks and the past history, which we've pretty much moved on from at this point. It's just it's just waiting to moon, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and the big buyers, man. What was one of the first things I talked about, man? Follow the money. If we had the largest digital asset manager invested in ETC and was one of the top five trust at that as well, that should tell us something. You know what I mean? That should mean we should do our own due diligence, dig in a little deeper, and why do they find value in ETC? And that's what I did.
So ETC has a record that a lot of people don't know about. ETC is one of the coins, is the only coin that has gotten back to the top 10 most times. So is the only coin that recovers back in the top 10 very quickly the most times. It's a weird record, but it just shows how solid it is, that they forget about it, and then we pump and we go back in the top 10. So we probably headed there again.
Yeah, a little bit over an hour ago, we hit 49, a little over $49, man.
with
And
some
so
resistance.
yeah. So we'll see, man, what happens if we crush past that $50. But yeah, we got a little resistance at 50, but we'll see, man. You got to enjoy the times while we're ahead, and we'll see what happens.
Well, while we're still here, I would like to give a quick shout out to some of the projects that are on ETC currently. Is that okay?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
All right, let's see here. So some of the other projects that are on ETC right now, we have Lazy Lions, which is partnering with 𝗧𝗢𝗧𝗢𝗧. I'm sure a lot of you know 𝗧𝗢𝗧𝗢𝗧. He's been doing a lot of legwork for ETC.
Yeah,
So
shout out to Savage, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Savage, yeah, and he has his own NFT collection. Okay, classic Savages. So check that out as well. We have ETC Bit Pixel. They're also doing a great job. They have something that looks almost like a metaverse game that they are building on ETC. We have Moon Llama. I really like how they have NFT swap and stuff going on. And the interesting thing is every project that comes after the previous one tries to build something that is more complicated than the other one, and it's just bringing value to the network. And then we have Hebe Swap. They're the same ones that came up with Hands, and these Hands you can actually go and get your name .etc, okay, as a domain. So they started that, and they sold out quite a bit, and they put it all back into the Hebe Swap. They are working on a decentralized exchange. And then we have NFT Creed here, that
NFT marketplace.
NFT marketplace for ETC. You can go
Mhm.
and sell all your your NFTs over there. They have a small fee, but they're working, and the website is professional and it's good. We have OG's ETC Basie. So far, I would say is one of the most successful, projects on ETC. Sold out 10,000 in a few days, and they have comics coming up and different things coming up. So big things to look out for, and of course, don't forget Classic Rewards. Okay, Classic Rewards. Do not forget Classic Rewards. This is my project. I'm here to stay. We have a team working on it. It's going to be an interesting game that will be paying out a lot. And, early investors, of course, will get the biggest chunk. So don't miss out in 2 weeks. We're going to be minting our NFTs in 2 weeks. And these NFTs are going to be your game characters. So this is what our NFTs look like. Nobody can take a screenshot of your NFT, guys. So don't be scared. This is what our NFTs look like, and I think it's pretty cool. All right, thank you very much, Mike.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. And so it's nice to get you on the channel because we've known each other for quite some time in the ETC community. So it's nice to actually bring you on. And I had to bring you on, man, because we grew a little friendship in the ETC community, and the fact that you're launching a project, man, I had to bring you on to talk about it. So thanks for coming on, Patient Money.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, go follow him on Twitter. Go check out the project. Do your own due diligence. Figure out if it's something you like. ETC has a pretty strong community, but hey, we will see you guys on the moon.